Hello and greetings from the Delaware State Fair. I am Danny Aguilar, the Assistant General Manager and Director of Marketing here at the Delaware State Fair, joined by
Hannah O'Hara, Premiums Department Manager.
Now, Hannah wears many hats. She not only is the premiums manager, also is our box office manager and our marketing assistant. She'll be transferring over into the newer responsibilities, and we'll be adding a new team member come fair time. But she is all sources of information related to entries, which is beginning
On April 1st at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. April 1st, DelawareStateFair.com. Get your entries in. Now, this video is dealing specifically with livestock-related topics. In this off-season, we have kind of cleaned up some things. We've added some new policies and procedures. So this video really is going to walk folks more in the livestock world through some very important topics. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This off-season here, we had wanted to clean up and better clarify kind of a drug testing policy for animals here at the Delaware State Fair. So Hannah, walk us through some of the new changes this year.
So this year in our drug policy, we added more details in order to ensure a fair competition in our show rings, educate our exhibitors on proper drug use, and also to ensure a integrity into our food chain when our animals are sent off to market. So this drug policy will have several different forms depending on what you qualify for. This might include our junior livestock drug notification form for if your animal makes the auction. This includes the AMDUCA form for extra label drugs that needs to be filled out by a licensed veterinarian. And also, if your animal is chosen to have a sample collected, it will also require the disclosure form for its sample collection and drug notification form, which includes the notification of all sorts of drugs, including NSAIDs and medicated foods, if the withdrawal time runs into the time of collection. So make sure you know all of your facts about what is going into your animal.
Absolutely, and that's very important. Once again, the integrity of the food chain and ultimately the integrity of the exhibition here at the Delaware State Fair. So everything is contained in this handy dandy. We were going to talk about the handbook later on, but the livestock handbook that Hannah and Bill and team members here, as well as volunteers and Bob Moore and superintendents, all spent time in this off-season putting together. On page 13 is going to be something that will have all the details. We'll have sample forms, there are attachments. So make sure you have an opportunity. We'll get into the specifics of where you can find this and other stuff. So that's our drug policy. So once again, pay close attention to that on page 13. Go through it, also found on the website as well. The website links directly to the Livestock Handbook PDF, all searchable, great information. Now we're going to get into ownership. Ownership was something kind of a new housekeeping item that we wanted to take to take a look at this year and get cleaned up, and in regards to ownership specific to farms.
Yes. So if your animal is registered in a farm name, this year we will need you to disclose the name of the owner of the farm as well as the farm name that the registration papers have for that animal. This will help for credentials, so that way there's a person's name on the gate pass and the vehicle pass, and then also making sure that the limits of the number of animals in each class is not maximized based on a farm name.
All right, so make sure when the April 1st or whenever you decide to do your entries, there's a section there that identifies the ownership side. Make sure that information gets typed into those fields when you enter into ShowWorks. Once again, more information on page 9 under the ownership section. Ethical fitting.
Yes, ethical fitting. So we're talking youth market animals, and these are youth projects. So we want to make sure that our youth are fitting, showing, handling, grooming, all of the above for their own animals. Of course, with the exceptions of family members, adult leaders in 4-H and FFA, other youth that might be also working with these animals. We really want these to be youth projects, and that's why we added a ethical fitting section into our handbook this year.
Absolutely. So once again, it's about the youth. It's their project. We want to make sure that they are involved in the process. Bringing someone in to handle the fitting side is not a learning experience for them. So we want to make sure that folks understand that. That is page 13 of the Livestock Handbook. So take a close look at that. YQCA, one of my favorite topics because it teaches us how to show and prepare animals and to help animals to have animals here at in Delaware and Delaware State Fair. So YQCA training and certification.
Yes, so there has been an update to this deadline, and it's very important. Make sure you have your YQCA certification on hand when you go to enter this year at the Delaware State Fair. It will be required in order to enter any market animal class. After you complete your W-9, like you always do every year, you'll be prompted to upload your YQCA certification, and if you do not, you won't be able to you will not be able to enter into a market animal class. We have in-person trainings as well as doing the training online. April 27th down in Sussex County, May 2nd in Newcastle County, and May 22nd at Kent County. If you do decide to do the online program, I highly suggest that you complete that online training before May 29th in order for the national system to process your certificate and email it to you, so that way you can have it before the entry deadline of June 1st.
So June 2nd, oh my gosh, I need to do the certification. Am I out of luck?
Probably.
Yes, we're going to be out of luck. So don't wait till 2 days before fair. This is very important. I strongly encourage you to go to the in-person training. It's a great opportunity to ask questions directly, see other exhibitors, and to get any questions that you have that you may need. Online, once again, just like Hannah said, you want to make sure that you give 24 to 48 hours for the processing of that. So in order to be ready for June 1st, if you're going to wait to the last minute, the procrastinator, that's not a problem, but make sure you go through the YQCA certification part, and that's super, super important. All right, so we'll check that box. So YQCA done. Extravaganza, new this year, we are going to be moving from the Kent building, which is historically been the location for our extravaganza. And we've seen it's been tight quarters, so we are going to move it over to the Quillen Arena. Quillen Arena is going to be home on the 25th of July, which is Tuesday, Kids Day, here at the Delaware State Fair. But it'll be the extravaganza. We'll make sure that the superintendents and all our volunteers safely can get and accommodate all animals that are eligible and qualify for the extravaganza moved over. And we'll have kind of a neat photo area and just the space to work. More importantly, over 1,000 seats. Which is like 5 times what we had inside the Kent barn. So people will be able to spread out a little bit and enjoy more space and the extravaganza. And so tell all your families and friends to come out to the Livestock Extravaganza on Tuesday, July 25th at the Delaware State Fair. This is off-season in our budget process. We've actually increased premiums. And so increase premiums approximately about 10%. So it all depends on the number of animals that are in each class. So that will vary, but on average about a 10% increase. So we're very excited to be able to extend that to our exhibitors. Poultry entries. Poultry entries, once again, unfortunately, 2022, we did not have poultry here on site. We had choo-choo trains and model trains in place next to our lovely rabbits. They kind of looked over and said, hey, where are our bird friends? And they sold trains. So this year, we are, April 1st, going to open up entries for the poultry exhibitors. However, we do, along with consultation and working closely with Secretary Skuse at the Delaware Department of Agriculture, if anything there's an outbreak, specifically to the bird influenza flu, we are going to make the determination along with them to possibly cancel the show prior to the start of the Delaware State Fair. We will make sure everyone is kept into the loop in communication. That's why it's very important to go to DelawareStateFair.com. If we hear of anything, of an outbreak, once again, we do reserve the right to cancel the poultry shows. But exhibits will begin April 1st. Fingers are crossed, wings are crossed, and we are excited to have poultry returning back to the 2023 Delaware State Fair. Now, we had held up this lovely handbook. Once again, how can I get my hands on this, Hannah?
By visiting DelawareStateFair.com under the Exhibitors tab, Livestock pages or livestock general information, there is our lovely handbook. I know it's a lot of pages, but it is vital information to all of our livestock exhibitors, a must read in order to make sure that you are fully informed as an exhibitor bringing livestock here to our fair.
It's only 57 pages. It's not a Harry Potter manuscript by any means, but it is super important information. Drug policy, page 13. Ownership information, page 9. Ethical fitting, page 13. YQCA, page 47. All great information. Once again, this is found at DelawareStateFair.com. What else would I find at DelawareStateFair.com?
You can also find our premium books for each livestock department with our contact information for each superintendent for species-specific questions.
All right, so DelawareStateFair.com, cannot stress that information. We are going to do a webinar on this specific topic, specifically to the new policies and changes for the 2023 Delaware State Fair, specifically, once again, related to livestock, showing here at the Delaware State Fair. The date of that webinar is?
May 10th at 6 p.m.
At 6 p.m. So we're going to be sending out a link. If you do not currently receive livestock-themed emails from the Delaware State Fair, email us at info@thestatefair.net or call the office. Hannah will get you added to specifically that list. Or if you're going to enroll April 1st and you're watching this video and April 1st has already passed, we will automatically take any entries or exhibitors that enrolled, and we'll make sure that your email list is added. So any new information, changes, dates, cancellations of shows, all that information will be communicated to all of our exhibitors on that list. So if you exhibited in 2021, your name will be on that automatically on that email list. If you no longer want to receive, just hit unsubscribe. That is not a problem at all. So that webinar is May the 10th. Circle the calendar. It'll be an opportunity for you to join Hannah and myself, and Hannah will take most of the questions. But we want to make sure we have a live an opportunity for folks to ask any questions and try to get the answers to you as quickly as possible. So important dates that we have coming up.
Yes, April 1st, 9 a.m., entries will be opening. We have 3 tagging dates this year: May 6th at Cook's Farm in Newark, May 13th at the Fairgrounds, Kent Barn, May 23rd, Fairgrounds again, Kent Barn, and then, of course, our livestock webinar, May 10th at 6 p.m., and we'll be sending those links out. And then our entries will close on June 1st at 11:59.
11:59, not 12, because that officially is considered June 2nd. So 11:59. If you are a night owl and you want to fill out information, make sure you have all your information, your YQCA certification. Once again, April 27th down in Sussex County, May 2nd, Newcastle County, May 22nd, Kent County, all live in-person classes, certification classes, or do it online. Make sure you have it done, ready to go by June 1st. I believe we have covered a lot of information, folks. Thank you so much for your patience, your time, important information. If you have any questions, look for us May 10th for a live webinar. We'll answer any additional questions at that time or try to get the best source of information to answer those questions. Also, check out DelawareStateFair.com for a full lineup, the M&T Bank Grandstand, the Delaware Lottery Summer Concert Series. We're almost done completing that lineup. We're going to have great fair food, we're adding grounds entertainment all throughout the fairgrounds. The parade is coming back on this July 20th through the 29th here at the Delaware State Fair.